Hello and welcome to a legacy stream. This is a list that's going to be coming to you courtesy of Little Donnie19. Thank you so much, Donnie, for the continued support to the stream. And what we got in front of us is some real spiciness. Spiciness? Yeah, spiciness. Spice. Those are main deck modes that you see right now. Yes, those are three main deck modes. The OG art, of course. Oof. Delightful. But yeah, this is Stand Still, Bent Still. So this is a Yorion control deck. We have a basically pretty straightforward mana base with a couple of little numbers. For example, Hall of Heliod's Generosity, which can be used to put back our Shark Typhoons and our Standstills on top of our deck, which is some pretty sick synergy there. And then also moats if this were to be countered. And then we also have a couple of wastelands. This, honestly, Donnie, right away, this seems like the first kind of like sketchy thing. We're gonna see how it actually plays out. But 27 lands with Hall, Caracas, and a double wasteland might be a little bit too much. So like usually in this kind of decks, wasteland can be counted like half a spell. Like in Delver decks, basically wasteland is a spell, right? Because they don't have any colorless pips. Here we do have colorless pips, so it's not like wasteland is going to be completely dead. Like it's going to tap for mana to cast our spells. But the mana situation might be rough. I'm already expecting the mana to be a little bit shaky, particularly with the two Mystic Shankaris as well. But yeah, so we have some Plow, some Brainstorm, some main deck Fluster, interesting. Some Ponders, and then a couple of Pierces and a couple of Spell Snares. And of course, the most egregious artifact. I was going to say ever printed, but that's not true. But the most egregious artifact printed in the past year. Is that accurate? That sounds accurate. Crucible. You know, I know why. Yeah, we have Crucible for like Wasteland or whenever we get Wastelanded. But what I'm saying is like you might want to play more lands. You might want to count the Wasteland as a spell, so that you can actually make sure that your color requirements are gonna be fine. One thing that I didn't mention is Standstill, which is like Legacy, I guess. Calling it staple might be a little bit too much, but it's basically 2 mana. You put it into play, it's an enchantment, and then you're basically just waiting for your opponent to make a move. And your opponent, if they make a move, then you draw 3 cards. So it's like a pretty sick card advantage engine. And the good thing is, of course, we have stuff to do with our mana since the printing of Shark Typhoon. Shark Typhoon actually does not crack the Standstill because this only cracks when a spell is cast. If you cast a spell, yes, you're going to break the Standstill. But if you actually cycle a Shark Typhoon, you're going to be just fine. Because this is actually an ability that triggers and puts a Shark token into play. What you want to do is basically you want to create a situation where a control deck, so we have removal and stuff, so you want to create a situation where the board is even, and then you drop a Standstill. And then if your opponent wants to catch up to you, then they're going to have to give you 3 cards, basically. So that is what the entire deck is built around, basically. And then we have some design mistakes from the past couple of years. Teferi, Oko, etc. Jace. In this side where we actually have access to some sweepers in the form of Terminus and Entreat the Angel. So I guess that we can kind of shift plans a little bit and we can become a little bit of a Miracles deck, which is pretty cool. Humility, another delightful deck. Judges have nightmares about this card. Apparently it's extremely tough in terms of the ruling and the layers and all that stuff. So like it's gonna be fun. I hope that we get to cast this one. Also the art is just sweet. I love when back in the day the art could, just show stuff like this. It would look like this sometimes. Disenchants, Surgicals, Veils, Lavinias against combo. Easy game, easy life. Let's go. The rulings isn't that bad. You would think that it isn't, but it is. You're scaring me to get that card of this. Oh, no, this is a great art. I loved when Magic had art like this. There's a couple of goblins that have some hilarious art. Humility is a great example too. There's some cards that had like kind of like cartoonish art, which I really enjoy. Yeah, hand's perfect. Let's go. Yeah, this is what we're saying about the Mystic Sanctuaries. Might be rough. What are we playing against? Brainstorm. Okay. It's been a long time since I played Yorion in Legacy. This card has treated me very well in the format. Holding up Spell Pierce here. The artist had a Kickstarter not that long ago. Phil Folkleo. The art was so different back then. Oh yeah, big time. Big time. Well, this hand is not very good against combo. Usually when a player just like turn 1 main phase brainstorms, you can very safely put them on a combo deck, because that means that they're like 1 or 2 cards away from just going off or whatever. And yeah, that seems to be the case here. Too bad. Like, I think our hand was definitely a keep, but definitely like double Swords to Plowshares against the combo deck is not where you wanna be. if I'm gonna be honest. The good thing is that if this is something like Storm, we're actually gonna get to like Spell Pierce a Dark Ritual or something. They chose to not shuffle, so I am currently freaked out. Alright, so they don't do anything. I mean, that's something that we can pitch to enforce, so it's not terrible, not the end of the world. Now we get to leave. And now we're gonna have a Pierce plus Force available to us. They could have shuffled with the Ponder and they didn't. Now I'm really freaked out. Oh, this could be Sneak and Show. Definitely fighting over this. I guess just get an island. And I'm gonna have to fight basically because, like, even if we could, I guess that even if this resolves, we get to put a line into play. So we're gonna get to Oko next turn. Foo. We're not gonna pay, and then we're gonna attempt to force. Just resolved. Sick. Now you're playing Listener. How do you feel about Spell Pierce in Titan for control matchups? Not good. Spell Pierce becomes, if we want a card for control matchups, you should play Dispute. And even still, I don't think it's very good. Like I have been very disappointed by Dispute personally. Had some pretty bad experiences, and Pierce is basically just the worst Dispute. Just gonna get fucked here, aren't we? Sneak attack. Oh, it feels like I gotta force this. Pichinoko really sucks. Our hand did not develop nicely at all. Our hand did not develop nicely whatsoever. Brutal. Like, it doesn't matter what it is. If they have like a Gristle Daddy or Embercool, kind of doesn't matter. Like, we can plow this in response, but what are we really hoping to achieve here? They can just draw 14 cards. We're probably gonna find something in 14 cards, right? Having such trouble against blue-white control and Stoneblade decks. Yep, same here. That's why I'm considering not playing Amulet tomorrow. It's really, really tough. It's really, really tough. They attack for many, many different angles, and they have cards that we literally have no answer to. Okay, so we can pack this in now. How am I liking Karn less? I think that I probably would like Karn better, honestly. This is a good one. This is not a good one. Moat only allows creatures with flying to attack, and both Emrakul and Griselbrand had flying, so that's pretty. It's pretty rough. So this counters force and this counters daze as well. I think I'm kind of into it, particularly because we have a bunch of dead cards in the dazes. Fails. One disenchant for omniscience, that kind of stuff. What else? Terminus over swords. I don't want. Oh, Crucible out. You're right. I actually don't want the effect really. But post board they sideboard into. They sometimes sideboard into some creatures like a 3 mana. I think it's a 3 mana 0/3. I can't remember. It makes a token, you discard the card and then it makes a token that's a copy of that card. So that's a way that they can get around other stuff. Arcane Artisan, that's the card, yeah. So I do like a couple of Swords to Plowshares, but maybe Terminus is better. Just 1 and 1. What does Snare counter? What does Spell Snare counter in the matchup? Impulse. Dace. Grass and Partner Pulsar. Oh, thank you, Heaps. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. As it still play, feels like ages since I've seen it. Yeah, me too, but yeah. Yeah, so I guess I'm just gonna cut the snare. I guess I'd rather have Snare than Terminus in most situations. Let's go with this. I'm not sure at all about this, but we'll see what happens. Boom, boom, Yorion. Let's go. So mana with this hand is very good. Now we're gonna ship it. I'm trying to justify keeping that hand that's just not keepable. Is this one better? I guess it is. And we have our 1 of Terminus. We can bottom it. Nice. Yeah, combo decks are like, I would imagine, are this deck's worst matchup. So unfortunate that we got paired against a control deck. I need to cycle this shark for no value. Ponder. Just 1 spell pierce. Oh, feels so bad. So bad. They shuffled at least. Brutal. You gotta update now. That's true. That's true. We gotta update now. I have to write down that I'm a partner now. Humble brags, humble brags, humble brags. This hand is not developing nicely, I'll say that much. This hand is not working out the way that we would like it to. Very awkward draw. We drew both of our Jaces too. Yikers. Can disenchant Lotus Petal, huh? That really sucks. Funny thing though, we get to put a shark. If my opponent show and tells, we get to put a Shark Typhoon into play. So that's cute. They have a sneak attack though, so fuck me, I guess. We couldn't disenchant this for obvious reasons. They just float the mana and we're dead. So disenchanting there, probably not the best option. Yeah, as I was saying, the problem with this, the very initial problem that I saw with this deck was precisely the mana. I guess we need to blow this up now, because now we found lands. Yep. So what am I trying to do here? Yeah. They were bluffing? That's hilarious. They were bluffing. Oh my god. That's insane. That's insane. Can we resolve this, please? Probably gonna see a daze. But it's fine, like we have to, yeah, like this means that my opponent gets behind on mana. They already used the Lotus Spell to rev. Show until makes a good duress, I guess. So next turn we're gonna slam Jace, I guess. I'll start brainstorm like madmans. The bluff show and tell. I literally don't remember ever seeing that. I have played my fair share of bluff through the reaches. I have played my fair share of bluff through the reaches, but I have never seen a bluff show and tell. That's cool. It happens somewhat regularly, to be honest. Nice. Yeah, well, I don't play show and tell, right? So I guess that if that has happened to me, that means that my opponent's bluff was good because I countered it, right? So, oh wow. Well, I was gonna try to resolve the Jace here, but I think it's more important for me to get rid of this. Now I'm going to attempt to Jace. Yeah, we can even protect it. That's nice. And I think I'm gonna start plussing. Is that crazy? No, who am I kidding? I'm not plussing. Ooh, hello. I guess that this is worse. Oh, what did I do? Well, that was definitely a fuck up. I wanted to keep the snake here so I could play the snake still next turn. My bad. So they have 2 cards. They have a Pyro. I like plus a lot here, honestly, with them on 1 card, and we have interaction. Like, we could go for a plus, I guess. Alright, so step number 1, let's resolve this standstill here. And now I'm gonna do this. And bottom and bottom. I guess top and top. Then land. Then say go. So now we actually have a clock. Snapcaster can get back Spell Pierce, which seems good. Alright. So I'm not going to shuffle. Just gonna draw 3. Pretty solid. Yeah, my opponent's clearly desperate. Do we want to put anything on top? Not really. Could have put Spell Pierce on top, maybe. That was a really funny. Sequence of events to happen. I guess I want a second disenchant. Just want to draw Humility, and I just want to snap it off after my opponent show and tells me. That's all I want. Is that too much to ask? Gotta find a land. White source in the top 4 cards. I think I'm gonna ship it. Seems better. I'm gonna bottom the Hase. Das humility? Humility? You mean? It's called humility, as in you're humble, right? Does it beat Omnitel? You mean omniscience, I assume. And yes and no. Like when you cast the Emrakul, the card has text, but as soon as it hits the battlefield, so like they do get an extra turn, but as soon as it hits the battlefield, they like it's just a 1/1, a 1/1 with no abilities. So it's not that threatening, basically. They can kill through it. Yeah, if the 1/1s kill you, you're gonna die. If you cannot beat the 1/1s, then you're going to die. Yes. All right, we got. I'm gonna put Lavinia in play. All right, Terminus off the top. Terminus. Terminus. No bland flip Terminus. I thought it was worth it to play Lavinia there because, like, if my opponent is on a show an omniscience draw, then it's better for us to play Lavinia, which is what I was assuming. Or if they are in an Emrakul draw, it would have been better for us to play land so we could all go. But you like land more? Yeah. It does. It stops some missions, which is literally what I just said. So they need omniscience into Emrakul, literally. They're like more likely to be showing Emrakul on turn 2. I mean, I don't know. Again, this is the kind of things that in terms of likelihood, it's just like my opponent knows that I have more answers to the Emrakul than I do to the other thing. So like, is it really more likely, or are they going to try to set up a hand where they don't just lose to it? Basically, they just don't lose to me having like humility or one of the other things. It's a very common play pattern for them to go off to play Emrakul. I mean, it's just very common for them to go off on turn 2, like, regardless, right? I like the lands, so I think I'm keeping this. So I think I'm going to do it like this. We're drawing the Tundra, and if we're actually playing against like Delver or a creature deck, I'm just going to ponder into the STP. Good luck having specific outs. Yeah, so even more of a reason then, right? That's even more of a reason then, because kind of don't want this, but I kind of do want the Sharp Typhoon. I think the Typhoon is what I would pay to the thingy. Also, if we resolve Moat against this deck, we actually just win. Like, my opponent has 0 outs. I guess not 0 outs, but they have a very, very, very limited amount of outs. And because of that, I think this is fine, and I'm just gonna fetch for basic, just a green source. Shuffle the plow away. Pretty good drop. Lul. GG. Thank you very much. This is my opponent taking a second to figure out how they're supposed to win this game. We might see a quick concession here. After they realize that they have literal 0 outs. Oh, they're playing. Okay. Ballista. I don't know. Use one of their blast zones. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're gonna be fine. Fairly certain we're gonna be fine. That's why I'm just going for the plus with Jace. It's because just gonna make sure that we can play through Wasteland. Yeah. Just done so here. Alright, so Terminus is Disenchantis. That's it. Yeah, they don't really play Endbringer. Counter spells are gonna go. Actually, Spell Snare might be okay. Because it counters Chalice on the... I guess on turn 2 only, but it's probably okay. The mods are great, these are great. I guess Force of Negation can go. Fluster can go. Found it. Oh, Humility! I'm stupid. Yeah, Humility is great. Well, I totally forgot about Humility. Yeah, this is definitely a Humility matchup, 100%. 100%. Feels bad, man. So this hand is terrible against turn 1 Chalice, but... Oh, shit. Remember when I said that this hand was terrible against turn 1 Chalice? That's what I was talking about. Because we could have used Brainstorm, of course, to put Terminus back in top of the deck. Then we can draw Terminus, which is great, etc, etc, etc. Oh well, they had a Chalice on 1. Alright. This hand's not developing nicely. Not developing nicely at all. Blue-green. More 1-drops. Damn it! Ah! Damn it. Bye-bye, Yoku. Bye-bye, Yoku. Feels bad, man. It was obviously correct for me to play the Ice Fang there. No questions at all. Terminus. Terminus, off the top. How about another uncastable instead, you say? I mean, I guess that we can't really concede because we still might top deck a Terminus, so... It needs to be exactly Terminus, however. And here I'm gonna take a Chomperino. Terminus. Nope. Just more 1-drops into the Chalice. Okay. Alright, now let's not be stupid and let's bring this card in. And I guess got a Spell Snare. Although I guess Spell Snare becomes even better now. because my opponent cannot get under it. It's just such a bad top deck. Let's not do that. The fairy I think we kind of need to keep because it's a way that we can bounce their stuff. They play plenty of 2-drops, yeah. They do have a lot of 2-drops. Sure. Actually, a good hand against Chalice. If we get to cast a Moat before my opponent gets to cast a Thought-Knot Seer, we're gonna be fine. STP. Not bad. Please no Chalice. Please no Chalice. Please. I begin. Alright. Yeah, they're trying to make the Madre Shepherd uncounterable, but you actually cannot. So I'm gonna brainstorm first here. It's kind of nice. Yo, Arkan! Welcome everybody from Arkan's stream. We're playing some Legacy right now. Playing some Band Still. So I guess that if we resolve Crucible next turn, then we don't need the lands anymore. So that's, I guess, a good reason to keep this. Now we can shuffle. Let's get a basic Plains. Oh yeah, this deck is hilarious. Thank you, Arkan, appreciate it. How was your stream? What did you play today? Now with the line I chose, I'm kind of priced into playing the Crucible, however, because I bought on the lands. And I really want to play this mode. The good thing is that if my opponent Thought-Knot's here, even if they Thought-Knot, we're still fine, because like they take the mode because they can't beat it, but we still have Snapcaster Plow, so we get to draw another card. We still have Ice Fang. So it's all around good stuff. Failed River there. Oh no. Didn't do well today. It happens sometimes. It happens. Can't win them all, right? Tomorrow will be better. Are you playing in the weekend? The Showcase Challenge? I imagine so, right? On Saturday? Playing Legacy? Do you know what you're going to be playing already? Or are you still trying to figure that out? Because I thought that I was going to be playing, but then I actually will be playing on the Saturday ones instead. Okay, you play the challenge and just play Delver. Yeah, that makes sense, honestly. It's pretty good. Delver is pretty great right now. Okay. That's a Ballista. Gotta plow for that. Delver never fails. Do I want these cards? I kind of want the Astrolabe because of Yorion. Also, we have like infinite time, so I think I'm gonna keep the Astrolabe. But I'm gonna shuffle away the Plow. Just getting mono basics here feels great. Whew. Gasp. Lave seems nothing but bad. Yeah, exactly. Would be awesome to find like it would be awesome to find a wasteland. Wasteland is probably our best draw here. So we're gonna attack first, then we're gonna play Humility. This locks out future. This locks out future ballistas. This locks out so we're looking for either Jace or Wasteland. If we find Wasteland, that means that Ayavugin doesn't do anything anymore. Although I guess Ayavugin doesn't even do anything already. But it means like they're out at this point is probably just Blast Zone, right? Because this means that they can't get the card from my hand. So yeah, so let's ponder first before we play our land. Well, there's Jace, so let's go for that. I guess the Snapcaster is not terrible. Yeah, there we go. Your ones can't attack. Sweet. That was a full lock right there. Just coming at my opponent from every single angle. Got him. Got him. All around. You can throw these many suspect cards and they cannot play Jace to make it work. Of course, Pokemaki. I gotcha. It's all fine. It's all fine. We got Jace. We're fine. Also, we're playing 27 lands and only 2 wastelands. And 2 of those are wastelands, I mean. Greedy? Who? $27 lands in a Yorion deck with 5 4-drops. Obviously, I'm playing around like to see. Yeah, this was a donation list. It has been pretty sweet. Like the fact that you get to play cards like Humility and Moat is kind of hilarious. I think that you folks came here when we were on game 2 there, but like game 1 on turn 4, I just played a Moat, and my opponent thinks for a second. They play 1 more turn, and then they just concede. The classic Moat against Eldrazi. You love to see it. I mean, we got a double Ape here. If my opponent has Chalice, I think I I just concede, right? I think if they have Chalice Tap, we just back it in. If they're playing the Chalice deck, I play it on 1. Cast my fair share of humility was so great versus TNT back in the day. Yeah, the card is sweet. The card is sweet. Also, I love how unnecessarily complicated it is. Please don't be playing a combo deck. Oh, it's this deck. Yep. 27 lands. Pirates. Yeah, it could be everything, right? My opponents could be playing Bird Tribal, right? Serpent Tribal. Snake Tribal. Shark Tribal. All the types. They could be playing literally all the types at the same time. We got to get Ninja. Ninjutsu. Ornithopter, obviously. Legacy staple, Ornithopter. Well, speaking of cards that look horrible. I guess I have to dig a little bit deeper. How about stand still right about now? How do we like this standstill and the one that's on top of my deck? How do we like those? Oh. That's a combo. All right. Big yikes. Big yikes. Well, we have 4, so I guess I have to actually do this on their turn, right? Which feels even worse. We're brainstorm blocked though. Maybe I should have just packed it in there. Do we pack it? I'm gonna fight a little bit. You're gonna draw 2 here. Yeah, we're let's just yeah. I don't think it's worth. That's not a battle worth fighting, basically. Veils. Standstill look very bad. Should he just cut all 4 of them? I think so, right? Snare's also awful. It only counters stays basically. I'd rather have Veil or Fluster. This matchup looks kind of tough for us. I mean, I think we should have more lands. I feel like we should have more lands. Never seen green ninjas. What's the splash for? Uro was it? No, Abrupt Decay, Veil of Summer. I think that's it. I know Oko. Yeah, you're right. Oko. Not Uro, but yes, Oko. Tough break. Tough break. Less than 30 lives in the Titan deck, blasphemy. Yeah, we're not playing the Titan deck, but less than 30 lands still feels like a blasphemy. This hand doesn't do shit. This hand does do shit, but not great stuff. Mode flooded. I also bottomed the mode, so we saw the 3 modes in the top 7 cards of our deck. I guess the top 8 cards. Classic 8 cards, 3 modes. To Shark Titan. Oh yeah, classic. Good old Shark Titan. Good old Shark Titan. Can we find lands? Question mark. Will the heroes find the lands that they're looking for? Will our heroes be able to defeat the forces of evil? Will they do it? How was Standstill? So far so good. We have had mana issues multiple times already, which is literally my first thought as soon as I saw the list is like, we're gonna have mana troubles, and then immediately we had mana troubles in 3-4. This is gonna be the 4th game in the 3rd game, sorry, in these matches that we're gonna be having mana troubles. All right, we fixed those mana troubles, easy. Well, we can't block that dude, so we're gonna do this. And I think we could put Yo-Yo in hand, or we could just pass the turn. I think I'm just gonna pass the turn. Hold up Snare / Force of Will or whatever. But I wouldn't want to for my opponent to play an Oko and then we run into the ace because we tapped out for Yorion, you know. Doesn't seem like a great strategy. And next turn I'm slamming this mode like there's no tomorrow. Just don't have ninjas? Just don't have ninjas. Discard. Sweet. What the hell is their hand? Why am I not getting ninja'd and I'm also not getting countered to death? Do they have like a bunch of abrupt decays? Incoming Ornithopter beats. I mean, I guess they can make Thopters. They can make 1/1 Thopters with the Retrofitter Foundry. Which would be kind of hilarious, honestly. Can't argue with that. Three mana. Plague Engineer. That's fine. No matter what engineer names, if you steal it with Oko, it kills all the outcasts. That's just hilarious. I think I'm just gonna, yeah, let's just do this here. Holding up force plus spell snare, or that will force if we need to. Only thing I don't want is for this Ornithopter to put into play the other dude. Oko. It's probably force worthy. So we want to draw a force. Should I just play this as a 4/5? I think I just want the land. I think I'm just gonna, yeah. Just a stupid blocker. Because I don't want this Ornithopter to just host me randomly. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. Maybe I didn't want the force on top. Ponder's fine. If they have Oko, it's kind of annoying. If they do have Oko, it's kind of annoying. I did shuffle. We can't get ninja'd, so that's something. Alright, I guess they can't beat Moat. Good to know. Good to know that that one's good. Alright, what else? Yeah, they were probably looking for Borrower. Snare looked so bad there. So bad. I'd rather have Pierce over Snare. And everything else is fine. Maybe Pierce over Fluster because of Oko specifically. I don't think they play discard spells. Yeah, I guess Fluster is just too good at winning counter battles, especially when it's over something important like a Terminus or something. Okay, no mana issues. What's it looking for? Perfect mana. I mean, I guess I should have been more specific. Perfect mana and a little bit of business. Guess I should have been more specific. All right, perfect mana, a little bit of business. All right, just Just gotta ask and you shall receive, I guess. That card gets around mode. That's annoying. It's kind of a sick card advantage engine, honestly. It is kind of a sick card advantage engine. Black, black. Blue, black. There you go. Definitely play on that, dude. Please don't have days. I'm pretty sure that deck does not play days though, right? Is that true? I will take my 0, thank you very much. I wonder why they are not just stabbing to sack Thopters and making 4/4s. There we go. Now they're doing it. I'm thinking of Snapcaster maging next turn, so I'm gonna brainstorm here. I'm missing out on a little bit of value, but I think it's important to make sure that I can, you know, I don't die with spells in my hand. It's not bad. It's not bad. So what do we want to bottom? Probably the Strand. Slam to Fairy, I think. Draw a card. They're gonna get to answer the Teferi, but that's fine. I'm gonna sack the Ornithopter end step. But that also basically means that they're gonna be stuck doing this. Oh, that's better. Yeah, that's a lot better. Smart opponent. Smart opponent. So now they can attack Tef for 1. And attack me with the Thopter. Oko is brutal here. Yeah. At least the good thing is that it looks like they don't have an answer. Like, it looks like they don't have a counter magic because they were F6 last turn. So we're gonna go with Tundra here. Slam the boat. In before we get dazed, and I'm sad, but no, alright, cool. So at least now the Oko is not blocking me, which is important. Is that a Ninja's deck you're playing against? Yes, it is a Ninja's deck that I'm playing against. Oh, they have Trophy now? Shit. Alright. Did not see that one coming. Seems like a lot of damage. I think I'm just gonna have to plow the construct. Just gotta gain time. Changeling Outcast. Right on time, Force of Will. Good job. Oh, I guess it was actually right on time. Cool. Alright, so... this is getting shuffled. And this is getting shuffled? Or the Force is getting shuffled. More moat. More moat. Alright, can't attack anymore. There's a Force on top of my deck, which I'm probably not going to be drawing. Another Retrofeeder Foundry. And that's pretty mana intensive. I don't think that they're going to be able to do too much with that. Like, the first one is very good, but I don't think that the second one does too much. They can start making 1/1s though. Oh, hello. Solid. Pretty good, that was pretty good. Now we can start gaining some life. We can start alking those Retrofeeder Foundries. We can make sure that we protect this moat with our lives. So now we just need a card advantage engine. What a silly card. What a silly card. Holy crap. What a silly, silly card. Might go back into Legacy. I was waiting for a time when Lance was more playable. I think the Ninja's deck is actually okay. Don't quote me on that though. Hello. Oh, they didn't activate. Whoops. That was actually a mistake. Smooth is absurd. This mode is absolutely absurd. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Just gonna take this time. It means that we're down in hardcast force. I think that's fine. Making it 1-1 and trade. Well, but like we are ahead on loyalty, right? So I was thinking about that. I was thinking about making it 1-1, but I think I'm making it 3-3. It's probably better. Cling to dust. I think that's fine. Smart of my opponent to exile something that I cannot snap cast back. Also, if they donate me the shark, like if they give me the shark, I just steal it back from them. Blue black. What is this? Not sure how I feel about the immediately slam it. Seems a little bit questionable. Sure. I think I'm gonna give them a food for the shark. It's kind of a sick draw. So now if they want Alco again, we can actually fizzle the activation. Create food. My opponent just reserve punted day f6 and let you bolt them. Yeah, I've lost my fair share to f6s, my friend. f6 is tough life. Hello. So Typhoon. So Terminus, Typhoon, Astrolabe, not shuffle. Make this a 3-3. Create a 4-4. Sounds good. Now that's a 3-3. So now we can instant speed. We don't have to. We don't have to, but if we wanted to, we could instant speed Terminus. I'm gonna cling. Do I want to cling? I think we just let the Kling resolve, right? Or are they clinging onto? Oh, nice. They targeted the wrong thing with the Kling, so it just countered itself because it has no legal targets. I have had that happen to me. To almost happen to me. It never actually happened, but it has almost happened to me multiple times already. Hard cast all the forces, nice. That's okay. Please play more to the board. Second Oko. Can we just force that? Or does it not matter? I think I'm just gonna force it. Because if they fight, I guess if they fight over this, like if they test this or whatever, that means that I'm gonna tap and just do whatever the hell I want. I'm for... Well, I guess I would have led myself dead to... That was actually a mistake, because I just led myself dead to another racing board over there. So that was definitely a mistake. Like, there was no need for me to risk that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we can make it 4/4. So even if they crack a food to go up to 28. Sounds good. It's not like they're planning to time me out, right? Because we have twice as much time on the clock. Is this time for card cast Typhoon? No, I don't think so. I think I'm just gonna cycle Typhoon and step, clear the Rocco, and then it's like we just can start doing whatever the hell we want. I just don't want to lose to something silly, you know? Even though I literally just exposed myself to something silly from happening. But because of how they were playing, I don't think they have it. Hey, they had it. Still was a mistake. Still 100% a mistake. But it was not very likely for us to get punished, I guess. Mismatching ponders. No respect. No respect. Alright, they choose to not shuffle, so... can we counter that? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We can't. That's fine. So we're gonna have sharks. Lol. Damn it. Dioko humility combo. Yeah. Is it that because of state-based effects, they stay at 3/3s? Is that how that works? I'm just never sure how that stupid card works. It's timed. Okay. such a stupid card. I guess we can just Yorion. Like, now we're actually ahead on board. a bit to draw a card, but it's okay. Probably gonna be killing them rather quickly. You got a 0-2. Well, I guess if they top deck a ninja, we just plow it. Never mind. I was gonna say, if they top deck a ninja, maybe I need to kill this Ornithopter because... But now I can just plow the Ornithopter. They don't even gain life. +2, draw a card, this game is over. Did they do the same thing? They just cannot catch a break. Poor opponent just could not catch a break. How do you make literally exactly the same mistake twice in a row? Like literally 2 turns apart from each other. Tough. tough break. Tough times for opponent. Literally exactly the same mistake twice, even. No, I don't think it's a reading thing. It's just like you need to be very careful with how you click and how you sequence your stuff. But it's like 100% on you though. Like there's nothing that your opponent can do about it. You would not have that mistake in paper because, you know, you can just say, you know, I'm going to be exiling this one and I'm going to exile this 5, you know? I'm going to target this card and I'm going to, this other 5 that I have over here are the ones that I'm going to be exiling. So you don't have that confusion, right? I just blaming the client. Yeah, but like there's a reason why I have never made that mistake, right? It's like if you are used to the client, like if you know, because the client is not going to help you. The nice thing about Magic Online is that it's not going to help you, but at the same time, it's not going to like destroy you, right? It's not going to do anything that it's not supposed to happen. And I honestly like that it's that way because of Arena. Like I guess this happened a while ago, so maybe now that was fixed. But because of how Arena is like simplified or whatever, however you want to say it, I remember that there was a draft match where I don't remember which set it was, but there was a card that you could that you could grab. You could target something, like it's a counter spell that would make you shuffle your cards back. So you could shuffle up to 4 cards from your graveyard into your deck, and you could. I was about to deck myself, but I wouldn't deck myself if I could play my own spell and then counter it because I could shuffle the cards back. And I guess we kind of have to keep this hand, but like Wasteland's going to cost us for sure. But then what happened is like I was on quote-unquote full control mode, which is not so full of control, I guess. And then what happened is my spell just immediately resolved. And then I lost the game because of that. And it felt bad. Alright, don't worry about it. Our mana's perfect. Deck's perfect. 10 out of 10. Alright, so this could be Omnitail, something like that. This could be... I guess it could still be Delver. Devious Cover-Up. Yep, that card. Well, we have a bunch of lands now, so I think I'm interested in doing this. We have access to Spell Pierce / Swords to Plowshares. Okay. Now we're somewhat flooding. Still, no idea what my opponent's on. Now I imagine that they are on Delver because of the mana situation and how they saw Wasteland, but they're still fetching for non-basics. Playing around Days very nicely. Let's keep around Wasteland very nicely. Let's continue doing this. Got a Loam Still list for you to play sometime. It's for color Loam with Standstill instead of Bob and Sharks. That's hilarious. Loam Still. It even sounds awesome. So I guess if they have double counter magic, we're fucked. So we have to lead on Spell Pierce. Because this plays around my opponent's Spell Pierce instead of Counterspell, which plays into it. So now they need to force plus Daze / Spell Pierce. Thank you for the follow, Dark Poet Bill. Appreciate it. Okay, get a Forest. Going to attempt to counter Oko, but we're gonna get dazed, most likely. I would have fetched first. Why? There's... like, my opponent needs to respond first, right? I guess they could have... I guess they could have... in response to me fetching to pay for a Spell Pierce, they could have gotten me, I guess. Alright, change of plans. Here we go. Do you have another counter magic? Another form of counter magic? No, you don't. We gotta play the Oko game. I mean, those were some positive exchanges. I'm gonna say that. Those were some... Why is my opponent fetching? I don't think they did the top of the deck. So if they attempt to attack, I'm definitely going to plow. They play the land, so we don't need to worry about Wasteland. They might daze here. They force. Okay. Bolt. Chain Lightning. Okay. Okay, so we attack the Oko. I think we put a plow on top. Because it answers... Oh, man. Yeah, if they top deck exactly second Oko, we are fucked here. But I think this is worth it. I guess that we could just plus. Yeah, this seems better. So we plus, see that there's a Brainstorm. I guess we want to put that to the bottom. Damn it, that's brutal. And now we main phase plow this. No, bounce token. I don't think I like bouncing token because if we do that, then if they top deck a Bolt, then they answer Jace immediately, right? Well, now I get to bounce the Goyf. I guess that we don't even need to bounce the Goyf. We just get to... we start brainstorming now. So put this and this on top. Play this. Plow this. And now we win very easily from here. You like, I mean, if they top deck, well, yeah, but the way that I played, I am minimizing their outs, right? Why do you want to make their top deck Bolt better when you can just make it a blank? I don't think there's anything that the only thing that they can top deck at that point, they have one more Chain Lightning and 4 Bolts, which would be bad with your line. And the way that I played means that they only can top deck exactly one of their 2 remaining Okos. Everything else just doesn't matter. Right? Everything else that they top deck at that point. They need to top deck one of the 2 remaining Okos. So statistically speaking, the line that I chose to go for is just better by a significant margin. What do you mean that I have a plow in hand and I have a plow on top of my deck? I have a plow in my hand and I have a plow on top of my deck. So yes, I'm minimizing them outs. They don't have any more outs anymore. They weren't bolting Jace. They were bolting the 3/3 Elk. Mode seems kind of awkward against Delver. Oko is better than Jace. Yeah, we agree there. But we have a shark, right? Didn't we know about the shark? I feel like I won the Termini. And I probably don't want... It's going to be pretty much impossible for us to leverage stand still in this matchup. However, Humility does sound pretty solid. I don't think this is a Lavinia matchup. This is interesting, but I don't think that I like this. Shit. The Wasteland Conundrum again. Totally getting wrecked, aren't we? If they ponder, I think I'm gonna waste them. I just want to delay this game as much as possible because I need to get out of my mana issues. Because my mana is terrible. And then I immediately misclick and I play the wrong land. Classic. Oh, classic Fran. I am going to do this, chat. And then I immediately click on the wrong thing and do something else. That is good content. That is some good content. Look at how much time we would have right now if I hadn't been stupid. Look at how much more time we would have right now. I think I'm gonna force Beaching Force. Hope for no days. And now I'm gonna waste them. And I'm gonna do what I wish I had done last turn. And that green source. They have another go if we can snare it. It's not looking good. Like, my opponent did a mole and I did. My opponent did a mulligan and I did. And then... Oh, my drawer is fucked up. All right. Do I really need to bring in Disenchants in this matchup? That really fucking sucks. I just don't think that we can play Standstill. It's so easy for my opponent to get ahead of us. Because I was on the draw. On the play, it seems better, but like if they go turn 1 Delver, I can never play the Standstill, right? I would cut counterspells. Yeah, and then how do I answer Oko without counterspells? We just lose to it. Alright. I'm gonna go with 3 standstills. Standstill is very good. Yes, it's very good when you play it on turn 2 and your opponent is not ahead on board. If your opponent is even... This is a good hint. If they're minimally ahead on board, then Standstill is really bad. We have the best card in the matchup, so that's great for us. But yeah, like if my opponent goes turn 1 Delver, then that's it. We can never cast a Standstill until we answer the Delver, and then we just have to basically keep on waiting. More 2 and 3 drops. Yes, I agree. I might not be able to bottom this Sanctuary, actually. Yeah. I think I'd rather hold on to the Sanctuary. Do we want the Jace is now the question. We probably don't. Yeah, I think we don't want the Jace. Definitely gonna be fetching for basics now. You would have spells for the Brainstorm? No. I don't think we spell Pierce Brainstorm there. Again, we have no answers to an Oko right now, right? We have no answers to a Winter Orb. Yeah, it doesn't necessarily suggest that they have a weak hand. It suggests that they're gonna be using their mana, basically. I disagree. Very often I will do that. Play Snake here. Oftentimes I'll do that because I want to be using my mana in my following turn, basically. That's awkward. Why would you buy a brainstorm so early there? Yeah. Maybe they have a bad hand or something. But like, if they are just bluffing, then my opponent plays an Oko and the game is over, right? Like if I spell pierce that brainstorm and my opponent plays a second land and they play Winter Over, we lose the game on the spot, right? They brainstorm into Delver. Yeah, but what if they had like what if again like you are ignoring my situation. So with that into account, it's basically damned if you do, damned if you don't. So I'd rather just play around the stuff that I can play around. I could keep the brainstorm, then shuffle. I'm looking specifically for Swords to Plowshares or Terminus. I think I'm going to keep the brainstorm, then shuffle. And then I'm going to brainstorm probably on my main phase of a basic island. Remember when somebody said that Standstill would be good in this matchup? It is though. Yeah, I mean, but again, like I feel like you're constantly focusing on the bad case scenarios and you on the good case scenarios, and then you're ignoring the bad case scenarios, which is what we see ourselves in right now. Maybe I'm doing the opposite. I'm just focusing too much on the bad case scenarios and I'm ignoring the good case scenarios. Yeah, I guess that we're dead regardless. Man, I when I shuffled away that that might have been a mistake when I shuffled away that Terminus in the very early turns of the game. I think I actually played this game quite poorly. I do agree that I should have not spell pierced the brainstorm. I do still stand by that, but I think that the original brainstorm that I cast, I shouldn't have fetched the Terminus away because of the situation that we found ourselves in right now, because we have no answers to creatures. And my opponent just has me on a 2-turn clock. And we're actually just dead, right? Because this is a 2-turn clock and we cannot stop either one of their creatures, so we are actually just dead here. It's like your best win con because we have to crack it except for tempo. I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. A Jiggy is always up. I just don't agree with it. I understand. It's not like that I don't understand why you're saying that it's good. What I'm saying is there's also an argument, which is what we literally just saw, as to why the card is bad. Like Standstill, I will agree that if your opponent doesn't play a Delver on turn 1, oh shit, playing against Rich Cali, literally one of the best Delver players in the world, no big deal. This hand is very good against Delver though. Sure about you not beating Delver in those games? I mean, which cards did we have against Delver? We had... I guess when we go to Cyber, then we're gonna see what it is that we're looking at, basically. Brainstorm is interesting. I think my hand is actually quite strong, so I'm not interested in brainstorming just yet. Probably an Arcanist here. Definitely plowing here because we can snap plow if this gets countered. They did force, pitching force. So I guess I'm gonna... Should I brainstorm here? Because I could look for a force if I brainstorm. Or a way to push, basically a way to push through. Oh yeah, also we can naturally find another source. Oh wow! Did we just next level them? Did we just next level them? They totally have another days, right? Second days. Damn it! Rich too good, man. It just has it all. Just has everything. God damn it. Oh, we're not blocking here. Not much point. Jace. Should I just Jace minus? I kinda want to Jace minus. There's no way they have third days. Fuck, man. I guess that there is way that they have the third days. Alright. Alright. GG well played, I guess. GG well played. GG well played. This is such a ridiculous card. Such a ridiculous card. I mean, I guess I'm gonna Shark for 3. An attempt to block. We're gonna get bolted. Like there's no way that they haven't found a lightning bolt yet. Literally no way that they haven't. But I can't hold up like counterspell and shit. Like I just have to use my mana. Planes. Cycle. Oh wow, that worked. That's kind of sick. Go full. Fuck. So he's playing Timur. I was watching the video that he made with Anurag, and they were actually playing blue-red then. Whatever they play here, I'm gonna force. I'm gonna counter, sorry. We're gonna steal this game? I don't know. I'm gonna slam this Yorion like there's no tomorrow though. That's a force. We cannot force back, however. It's fine though, because they're dying to the shark. I think we're gonna force this, yeah. Ponder. He's looking specifically for Lightning Bolt. They shuffle. Did they get there? We're not dead to Bolt, but they kill our shark. Shark Typhoon, too strong. Too strong, baby. Shark Typhoon, too strong. Alright, humilities. And veils. What did we not like? We did not like... that we said the moats might be bad. You don't like veils? So we do this. On the draw, I really dislike the standstills. It feels like my opponent's gonna be ahead 100% of the games. Like if we play 100 games, my opponent's gonna be ahead by turn 2 100% of the games. We also said we didn't like counter spell. Yeah, I'm definitely willing to try things out. I'm always down to try things out. So this is a very, very different configuration than the one that we had last game. I mean, they have Delvers and potentially, I guess that they're not playing blue-red. They don't have Sprite Dragon. So we do like Moat then. Okay, so we're gonna cut this. Are we gonna keep the forces? I think so, right? How do we like Crucible? Seems pretty bad, honestly. Though it's potentially good against Winter Orb, which he might or might not have access to. We have not seen it, at least. Crucible against Elk, yeah. So we cut that. Snares on the draw seem great. I could just cut the humility. It feels like a little bit too much stuff. I guess I'm just gonna cut force. It's not like I like force against Delver that much anyway. If this hand had access to a plow, I would be a lot happier with it. I think I'm just gonna ship it. This seems better. And and we're gonna bottom the Shark type. We can just bottom the Force instead, I guess. Shark Typhoon won us last game. Clearly, card is broken. All right. The forever question: do we wasteland here? No. All right. The other day I was reading on Twitter that Max Gilmore was making an argument for doing precisely this because of like the fact that your opponent would never play around it, and like they probably on the play they kept it's possible, it's more likely that they kept a sketchier hand or whatever. Ooh, that's something. Oh yeah, classic standstill. Classic standstill right on time. These cards don't do anything, but I can keep the Ponder and Cantrip again, which seems worth doing. If I had a Brainstorm, the standstill does a lot. Well, this... There's a Brainstorm. The question is how much time do I got? Because, like, if I keep this, then they're gonna be paying 8 here. Yeah, they probably have a Force. I think we have to ship this. Like, I need to find an answer to this Delver before we even start playing this, before we even continue playing this game. That's a really good play on turn 2. That's a really, really good play on turn 2. And if they play Ogre here, I don't think we can win anymore. Cloth is. I mean, that's basically the same thing, right? We can't win now. Yeah, I think we're just done here. Phew. I think I'm supposed to just have more disenchants. And honestly, I am considering Entreat the Angels at this point. It just seems so hard to set up, though. And the Clothes makes me really unexcited about mode. Like not 3 copies, basically. Let's try this, I guess. Wow, Humility doesn't even hit Clothes. That's so insane. How does Humility work with Clothes? Yeah, but like, I know that it does nothing, but I'm talking about what happens if it comes into play and it gains, like, and you have the devotion, and what happens if it comes into play without the devotion, but then you get enough devotion. That's what I was wondering about. Not that it really matters, because it's not going to happen this match, but... Also, Clothes is a she, actually. Well, I'm keeping this one. All right. We're gonna get to live the dream, chat. We're gonna get to live the dream. It's probably gonna get dazed, but that puts them behind, which is kind of all I want here. Yeah. Next turn we get to try again. Also, should I play this instead of this? Because now I'm gonna be forced to get a forest. Oh, no second land. Let's fucking do this, chat. Yep, that's the plan. Just cracking the standstill, straight up. Straight up, cracking it. Delverino. I think I'm playing Ice Fang here. And then next turn we play the Fairy. They didn't have a spell snare for the standstill last turn, so it's not likely that they have a snare for this. It's not bad, not bad. Terminus. Actually, yes. Let's do it. Like, we don't really care about the 1/1. This puts the Terminus in the yard. Probably Pyroblast. Yeah, Rev. We shuffle this, right? We don't have answers to Oko or anything like that. We have play a land drop because we needed the second white to cast it to Fairy. Yeah, no. We actually needed the second white because I started the turn by Terminus in, right? Yeah, I think we just have to shuffle this. Well, so we just have to hope that for this one turn they don't have anything too broken. No such luck. So we can make 1, 2, 3. We can make it 2/2. We draw Shark, then we make another 2/2, etc., etc., etc. Pitching Oko, wow. Well, this worked out in the best possible way for us. So I think we're now gonna put a standstill on top, right? Yeah. I think now we're gonna put standstill on top. And then we're gonna start making sharks. No, wait, what? I guess that we should just show it, but misclicked. So 1, 2, 3. Yarion might as well have it in hand. So next shark's going to be a 4/4. Okay. Well, at least now we have a way to gain life, so that's something. We'd love to draw some lands, though. We can raise this Clothis. They're down to 3 cards in hand. Not hitting force is annoying. Yeah. Would it be better to hit a force or something? We did hit a plow, which is not bad. But if they have like a Brazen Borrower, that could be a problem. Like Borrower would be pretty sick, actually. All right, 5/5 shark. Can't say no to sharks. We play the land already, we play this, so I guess we just pass. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you can make it 4/4 shark here. Should bring my opponent down to 2, unless they fetch, then down to 1. Winter Orb. That's brutal. So we can't snare on top. So we know that there's a fetch land and something else on top. So I think I'm gonna have to fetch then brainstorm. I think I'm gonna have to fetch then brainstorm because I'm looking for a specifically. I'm looking for specifically force of negation or something like that. Force of will. Oh, that's a force of negation. Blue, blue, 1. Force this. Oh, I should have pitched Yorion. Oh, I'm stupid. Never mind, it worked. But I should have 100% pitched Yorion there. Like, if they had like force into days, we would have been super in trouble. Yeah, I'm gonna be making food with Oko here. Yeah, that's kind of huge. So now Oko just outraces Clothis. 1, 2, 3. Play the thief. Force. We snap force, yeah. Snap force. Snapcaster. If they top deck the nuts, we might get got here. They have 0 outs. Wait, they can. It starts with another Winter Orb, right? But if they Winter Orb, then we're fine, right? Because we just elk this and we kill them. All right, so I think we got there. Bolt doesn't do it. Whew! What a game! What a game! All right, Standstill was pretty good right there. Standstill was pretty good there. I'm not gonna lie. Not going to lie. Yeah, this deck was fun. This deck was fun. It definitely feels like we are short on lands. That's what I thought it, even before I played any matches with it, and after playing a full league. We definitely struggle on finding lands multiple times. Usually in this kind of deck, you're not really supposed to count Wasteland as lands. You kind of count them a little bit closer to spells, than basically spells that allow you to cast your spells. So normally Yorion decks would have 27 to 28 lands normally. I think the list that I played in the Showcase qualifier a couple of months ago was playing 28, but don't quote me on that. Maybe it was actually 27. But yeah, that's kind of like the amount of lands that you want, and this is just a little bit too many. Colorless sources, right? Like those numbers that I was just saying were for decks that basically want to be casting their spells, and we're playing pretty mana intensive cards, right? Like we have this. We have Jace's, Hardcast Force, I guess, but I mean, the Wastelands were kind of nice here. They weren't terrible. Like, they made sense. But honestly, it feels like if you're gonna be playing Wasteland, cool. Just don't consider this as part of the mana base. Like, don't cut colored sources for Wastelands. If you want to be doing the Wasteland thing, that's perfect. Just do it over spells, basically, not over lands. And also, you don't really flood because of Shark Typhoon, right? So I wouldn't mind playing 28/29 lands in this deck to begin with, even. So probably what I would do is you kind of, I mean, you can maybe cut some flusters, snares, and stuff. Counterspell maybe can go. Maybe one of these can go. And I don't know how I feel about the Crucible. It seems kind of clunky. We probably want another basic island. I would at least go to 28, maybe 29. You don't like Yorion in Shark Steel decks? I find you want to have Sharks and Standstill always with this deck. Yeah, we didn't get to cast Yorion that much, right? We cast it, I think, once, but when we did, it was actually pretty good. HT Fox, thank you for the follow. Like, the fact that Yorion flies is kind of like a effortless synergy with your moat. So, like, we used moat against the Ninjas deck, and then, like, we just flew in the air with Yorion and just killed them that league, but... Played 3 leagues with just Guide Shark still, so I assume that you're just playing blue-white and splashing red for Pyroblast and stuff. Drew 0 Shark and Standstills. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah, I mean, the deck was a lot of fun, though. The deck was a lot of fun. I think that maybe 3 modes might be a little bit going off. I think that was kind of the idea for Donnie. I don't know if Donnie's still hanging out here, but I assume that mode was kind of just going all ham on modes was kind of the meme. It was kind of the idea. So maybe we don't want to cut modes because of that reason, but yeah, maybe adding a 3rd copy of Force wouldn't be terrible either. 1-off Replenish. I don't know how I feel about that. Because when you're playing Replenish, you're playing a card that doesn't do anything until you have already done something. And it's not like you're... What can I say? How can I explain this? It's not like you're playing Enchantress, right? And you have, like, the Replenish is there for a very specific purpose. Like, we have... Even in this version, right? You have like 4 Sharks, 4 Standstills, 3 modes. That's it. That's all the enchantments in the deck. I guess they want humility in the board, but what I'm trying to say is like Replenish seems a little bit too cute. Yeah, I mean, Replenish works, but like you would need to crack your own Standstill. Like if you're getting beaten down by an Uro, like you might have like Standstills and Shark Typhoons in play, but like you're still getting beaten down by an Uro unless you draw another Shark Typhoon. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you're playing more enchantments, then it starts to make a little bit more sense. But Myth Realize, yeah, exactly. Myth Realize just that's a 1-drop enchantment that already kind of gives you a whole nother aspect, you know. It gives the Replenish a whole nother aspect to the card itself, you know. Oh yeah, this deck was fun. I enjoyed it a lot. My changes would be basically just figure out a way to add 1 or 2 more lands, because we did struggle on mana pretty consistently. And then I don't know how I feel about this like transformational plan with Terminus and Entreat. I am not too fond of it. Like, I don't know where we would want it. I would imagine it's maybe for the combo matchups where you just need to get your opponent's dead or something, but like I guess it's not even good at killing your opponent quickly, so like it's not even for that. Yeah, it's for the control mirror maybe. Yeah, and you can kind of like set it up at instant speed, and then you can get it back with Mystic Sanctuary. Like I understand why we're playing Entreat the Angels, but I don't know. Like Mystic Sanctuary felt really bad in this deck, right? Mystic Sanctuary felt really bad. The whole felt good, but we found ourselves multiple times in situations where like the this just entered tapped. Either this just entered tapped, or we just didn't have enough value to get from Mystic Sanctuary, because yeah, it didn't feel good at all. So it's also a possibility that you just should not be playing Mystic Sanctuary in this deck to begin with. But yeah, it feels like maybe you should kind of choose a lane and go that way. So if you're going the enchantment standstill route, don't play this. Maybe you can play Supreme Verdicts and stuff and just not play Terminus and Treat. And if you want to go the Mystic Sanctuary route, you can just not play the standstills and stuff, and you just play the Miracles deck. Both are viable decks, but I feel like by going midway, you're just doing both things half as good. And I don't know if that's where you want to be, basically ever, with any deck in Magic, basically. So yeah. Alright folks, thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed that. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.